Now, moving on to another game that was seen in the Xbox press conference and actually was there last year when they revealed it for the first time. The Metro series is a stress-inducing, graphics-intense pair of survival shooter games that's about to become a trilogy. It's called Metro Exodus. And with us from 4A Games is executive producer Jon Bloch. Jon, great to see you, man. How's everything?
Yeah, good, pretty good.
So we saw you guys last year when you revealed it on the Xbox stage. Now you're back again, revealed a little more today, and also revealed the game is, we had it at the Game Awards last year, and we thought it was going to maybe come this year, but you guys recently announced it's going to be in 2019 now, right?
Yep, February 22nd, 2019.
February's like super popular now for game releases.
Yeah,
I feel like.
it's getting a little packed, isn't it?
All day I'm like, it's like 2 or 3 games a month, but hey, it's all good. We'll get to talk about it at the Game Awards, so I can't complain. But anyways, let's talk about Metro, because now you're showing real gameplay. Last year we had that beautiful trailer, but now we're getting into kind of, real gameplay, real action. I got to play this about a month ago. So tell us, what are we looking at here? We're on the train, right? Yeah,
so this is one of our new environments that we're showing this year at E3. It's one of the first open environments that we're showing and really showing in detail.
Yep.
It takes place just south of Moscow in the Volga region, just off the Volga River.
Yep.
And it's the environment that the group of Spartans gets to, Artyom, our main character, they all get to. It's one of the first stops along their trip. And the season is spring, so you'll see a lot of the snow is melting, and it's kind of one of the examples of, kind of the seasonal change that's coming to the franchise.
Wow, well, you said it's all about incredible weather and action, and this is, first person, but there's a lot of depth to how you play the game and get involved in it. So tell us about the adventure, the progression that we're going to see of the character and your weapons as you go on.
So some of the things that you'll see in this level in particular, you'll see these different societies that the player will come across. This right here is an example of a cultist society that's kind of running this region. They're protecting a bridge that the player and his team must get across.
Yep.
And these guys are afraid of electricity and technology. They think that technology is the reason why the world kind of ended.
Yeah.
And so they're very afraid, and they're not necessarily welcoming to the player coming in, because the player has all these gadgets and everything, and he's just an outside influence, and they don't know who he is, they don't know what he's doing there. And so it's an example of one of the different societies that the player can come across. And here some of the other aspects of this environment, there's a lot of different creatures, mutants that you can come across, similar to previous Metro games. But in this one, because we're now in a big sandbox environment, there's a lot more options, a lot more dynamic gameplay the player can experience, and a lot more choice and freedom for the player.
Well, that's important, and obviously the team has been working hard on this for a number of years. Where are you guys at in development now? You said you need a little more time, but it seems like it's getting towards the end, right?
We're about at beta right now, which,
as it says, beta gameplay.
Yeah, and to us, what that means is that we're feature complete and mostly content complete. Okay. Basically, at this point, doing a lot of polish. Making the art assets, as best as possible, really, making sure the gameplay is really tight. And that's what we kind of want to, take the rest of the time that we have until launch to really focus on, is polish, polish, polish.
That's cool. And how are you telling story in this game, the narrative aspects of it?
So previous Metro games were very linear.
Yeah.
Story-driven, very tight, narrative. The pace was set. By the game, kind of carry the player along through the story. In this one, we kind of dip in and out of these open environments and more classic kind of linear style Metro levels that do that. Yeah. In these open levels, there's still a very deep narrative thread that carries the player through. However, the player has a lot more chance and a lot more freedom to kind of go at their own pace and choose what they want to do, alongside the narrative thread. There's a lot of side content that the player can experience alongside that as well. So there's hours and hours of content. This level itself, the critical path is hours of content on its own, and then there's much more hours of content on top of that in all the side stuff that we have to offer.
And a lot of the character and dialogue that was carried, it's all in engine, right? It's sort of carried like as in-game gameplay.
Yeah.
Just storytelling,
yeah.
We go through, we see lots of action, lots of excitement. Well, it looks amazing. You guys are known for really pushing visual fidelity with what you're doing, and I'm sure it's going to max out all the gaming systems when it comes to
Yeah, we're going to try. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, very cool. That looks great. Metro Exodus.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, John. Thanks for stopping by.